Wandering Winder with some more ladder blather. Quick look at this kingdom. We've got DZ, or perhaps DZ, depending on whether you're from the United States or not. We've got Steph. We've got two good players that taste great. This analogy didn't go so well. Right. So Steph gets it recruiter to play on turn 4, which is really good. Went with the double cargo opening, which seems pretty good to me. Has a bit of a choice on second 5 here. I'm kind of inclined to go for second recruiter, but you could make a case for Butcher, Galleria, Haggler, maybe even Patrol. My gut feel is that I would want to go. Okay, goes for Patrol. I mean, I was kind of thinking Haggler, but on the other hand, everything you want costs 5, so this is probably good. Yeah, I'm going to play the recruiter here, I'm sure. And now, so Galleria is what, buys in this case? This is gain. So this works really well with supplies, but yeah, Steph continuing to draw real well here. I assume that Steph will want some plus buy soon. Okay, DZ doing all right as well. Getting the patrol. I mean, I don't know how much draw you actually need. So I'd expect a Galleria here or a Candlestick Maker, maybe a Butcher. Butcher can butcher something into a Candlestick Maker. Gonna have some terminal issues potentially, though. I mean, you just recruit something expensive, but not exactly where you want to be. So I might expect a City Quarter here as DZ. Could also see Galleria. It works well with the supplies. Butcher is not so bad. Think I preferred City Quarter there. Okay, does trash a copper here. I assume we're doing this and turn this into a Candlestick Maker. Goes for that plan. The other plan would have been supplies and then buy a Galleria. Goes for a City Quarter because, yeah, needs more village support. This makes sense. So you play, I mean, I assume you're playing both of these here. If you're, whoa, oh, okay. I guess this makes reasonable sense. Is this going to be, okay, now this is a City Quarter. All right. Now, Steph has plenty of draw here. Copper into supplies or Candlestick Maker? Supplies, okay. Now, I'd be inclined to recruit the patrol here. Gonna keep thinning. I mean, this gets better deck control, but worse. Worse village support. Sets that aside with the cargo ship rather than whatever we're buying this turn. Interesting. Okay. Are we going Haggler, Galleria? What? Haggler kind of goes well with Recruiter and the Butcher. In terms of you could buy a gold and haggle the 5 and then have something to Recruiter or Butcher. We're just adding more Candlestick Makers and City Quarters. I mean, there's a case to be made for this as well. This is a kind of position where it's not exactly clear to me what the best way is. We're also to the case where we can start trash for benefiting some horses as DZ slash DZ slash what have you. I'm a little surprised that that's what we're doing here. So I assume what we're going to do is trash that, play the Candlestick Maker, pay the cargo ship, sure. And yeah, again, more of these decisions which don't seem at all clear to me. I mean, I'm not in love with these Candlestick Makers when Galleria with the supplies gives so many buys. Candlestick Maker is just not that efficient of a card, but maybe because you want stuff for your City Quarters anyway, it's fine. This is going to be an excellent turn for DZ, and these horses that that he's piling up should help a good deal. Patrol into Haggler, sure. And then Candlestick Maker, Recruiter. Sure, we can do it in this order as well. See if Steph tries to do this same thing here with the... Okay. Doesn't set the horse aside. Interesting. See, I would expect like gold haggling something. Okay, another haggler, sure. Set the haggler aside with the cargo ship. I mean, that probably makes sense because the horse is top decked anyway. So yeah, this is probably better. It's possible maybe one of you could... so you should play the recruiter now, I think. You could butcher the cargo ship maybe. Doesn't impress too much though. I think well, maybe you want to butcher the horse and then like recruit the cargo ship. I don't know, there's a lot of options here. I don't know what the last card is. I believe it's not a horse. Whoa, took the gold. Very surprising. I would have thought you would have taken a haggler rather than the gold. I guess you end up spending more tokens that way, but you get more fives. And more fives seems good to me. Haggler and more supplies. Okay. So what do we want to butcher here and what do we want to recruit? Unless we're butchering the recruiter. This is another haggler. Absolutely makes sense. We recruit. I mean, the only reason it wouldn't make sense is terminal space, but this has got to be fine, right? And then probably 2 golds here, haggling a whole bunch of stuff. Probably get another patrol back. At least one, I would expect. So I would expect 2 golds bought. Could be province gold, honestly, as well, if we're worried about the game ending too fast. But yeah, I'm going to want to pick up patrols, one of which is going to go under the cargo ship. And some amount of hagglers, maybe probably another patrol, so like gold. I think I want another patrol here. But yeah, we're angling to win next turn. I don't quite want to lower this much, I don't think. And I'm a little worried about not drawing. Well, you're going to draw here with this starting hand. Yeah. I wouldn't have resigned there because from your perspective, Steph could have dudded. There's a lot of stop cards in that deck and not guaranteed to have the city quarter, but okay, there is not much to do on the cheap here. Lots and lots of fives, which is, I assume, what the Huahua comment is about. Exactly, yeah. This could be silver silver or silver black cat. I assume the openings are going to be that. Wharves seem good because they're just usually good. So we're going to go for cat silver. One thing nice about that is the cat is an attack for quest later. So DZ goes silver silver. That seems fine. You're going to play the cat here if you're Steph. I think I slightly prefer the cat. And I don't think I'm going for Iggs, I think I'm going for Dwarves and stuff. But it's not entirely clear. Crowns seem good. Yeah, I don't think I'm taking more cats than the one for now, at least. So I would expect a silver here. Stuff goes for the cat. Yeah, so should be Wharf and Quest, I believe. Yep, yep. Which at least kind of justifies the cats, the extra cats, but I still kind of prefer one. This is going to be just Wharf. I think Wharf number 3 goes for Crown instead. I think I prefer Wharf. I would certainly expect another Wharf now. Seems too early to Province, even with Salt the Earth. Goes for more Crowns. Okay. I mean, I think I want more Wharves. I'm playing this cat. I think if there's a Wharf down there, maybe not. You could get 2 golds here with double quest. That doesn't seem awful. That looks like what stuff's doing. Yeah. Okay. I mean, stuff seems very far ahead. I still want more Wharves, but I'll expect this to be Wharf and Black Cat. Yes. Okay. DZ didn't take a free gold there, which seems bad to me. You could quad salt here. That seems also bad. I think I'm just gonna bite the bullet and take some amount of province. Although building is not awful. This is, yeah, this is all weighting more towards crowns than I would have liked. I just want more wharves. This is not a good draw for Steph. I think I'm on Province Quest here, but you have options. I mean, theoretically, you might not want to open yourself up to curses and might try to do. So pile, pile, pile is something to worry about. Iggs now. Okay, slightly strange to me. This could be cat. Let's see what Steph does here. Could take a province. Is just going to take another crown, not an egg. Okay. 7, and you can quest a bit. You could also take another cat. Now you're taking the quest. You probably just missed the one earlier, but we also have to worry about the curses piling potentially, I suppose. Ouch. Piles are getting low. I assume you're crowning Wharf here. Yeah, not low enough to just end, but this could be Ig and Cat. This could be... I mean, I assume you're probably gonna quest. Yeah, I can't imagine you actually buying an estate. You didn't want to lower cats. That makes sense. You probably need to start, well... So DZ is, I assume, just trying to lower and hope for a win. I think this should be enough money for Stuff to win. Yeah. Wharf and the cats. But I assume hoping for winning in a short game on the pile out because he's so far behind. But it doesn't work out that way. And yeah. Let's see if they decide to play more. DZ's up for it. Steph's up for it. Let's keep watching. 3, 4, So, I don't think I showed this last game. Apologies about that. We have Secret Passage, Wishing Well as a way to draw. We have, what are the ways to reveal Patron here? There's Wishing Well. There's, is that it? Is there a reveal? None of these reveal, right? Okay. Interesting. I think I tend to like Old Map a little bit better than Wishing Well, but there are some things that make Wishing Well look better here. Could just play Embassy Money. The board is pretty weak. You could also try to thin with Raise and or Sacrifice. Lots of little options. I don't think Fairy actually looks very good here. I mean, like, you could open Embassy with it, but I don't know how appealing that honestly is. Whenever you play the Embassy, you're hitting 6, I suppose. Whenever you don't, you can buy more Embassies or Silvers, but I'm not sure how appealing that is. I guess Fairy could allow you to engineer for Embassies, but, like, do you really need to? I'm not sure that setting up all the Wishing Well Passage Patron stuff is worth it either, but it could be. Like, if I was feeling spicy here, I would be going with Sacrifice, and I guess you can do Acting Troop with your Embassy stuff a bit, but if I were feeling spicy, I would probably do some kind of Sacrifice thing into Wishing Well Secret Passage Patron. But my inclination is that that's all a lot of setup for not doing much better than just, like, it takes too long and the payoff is not enough more than buy a province a turn. So I expect that some variation that's fairly similar to Embassy Money is probably pretty good here. Let's see what stuff goes for. Goes for an engineer now. Okay, I mean, this suggests something more along the lines of what I was calling my spicy plan. So I would think I would buy silver here if I were DZ. Okay, well, that isn't this Embassy Money plan, which I think looks pretty reasonable here. These old maps don't impress. Goes for engineer as well. So they're both going to be going for this, I imagine. You probably discard a state here. Oh, just flipped through the copper. Okay. And here's 5 again, but you apparently don't want to touch embassies, so... I'm a little surprised at the old maps as well if we're going for this plan. For this plan, I think I'd want Wishing Well, because it can reveal my patrons, and it can... I can eventually get some secret passage business to set it up. Could sacrifice the raise here. Yup. Old map next. Discard a copper, draw a copper, raise a copper. Play the engineer. I assume we want to raise this copper. Maybe we just want a lot of 4s. Could raise the raise. Yeah, okay, we're raising the copper. Yep. Goes for a voyage. Slightly surprising to me. And the Wishing Well makes sense. Voyage just doesn't seem good enough to me here. I wanted to discard Voyage there. I guess you play your engineer a bit more, but it does not impress. Were we taking a sunken treasure? Also doesn't seem to impress me here. I'm not sure what we're doing this turn either. I mean, I'll take that back. I'm sure one of the things we're doing, so we're discarding probably the Wishing Well here. We want to discard a good card, I think. And we're going to play the engineer and maybe the raise. Oh, we're not playing the engineer. Very surprising. I guess we want to be thin. I'm still skeptical of all this, though. It seems like it's taking too long to come together. I mean, you play both of these actions, not the... You're not sacking the patron. Surely a raise is not a card you want. Why would you not play the patron and buy something better? I'm so confused. Like, raise is better than nothing, but the cards you really want cost 4 mostly, maybe a bit of 3. I understand what they're doing. We discarded copper there. Okay. I guess this sunken treasure's probably picking up a distant shore? Unless we're sacking the raise here. No, we're raising, yeah. And then we're going to trash a copper, and we're going to play the patron, we're going to play the sunken treasure, going to pick up a distant shore, which can give us food for our sacrifice, I guess. There's a secret passage. Okay. Playing the old map again now. So now we play the wishing well. What is those cards? There's an estate down there still. Okay, play the voyage, you play the raise, you play the patron, you play the engineer. You grab wish. Actually, I'm not sure. Given that you have so I assume you want to take the engineer here and play it. But given that you have the voyages, I'm not sure that raise is necessarily better than nothing. Although you have the sacrifice, and maybe you want to sack the raise. Sacking the raise isn't impressive, though. I just still don't... These decks look so far away from doing anything. Raise the raise. Yep. Take the wishing well. You can wish correctly here. I'm not tracking well enough, but I'm going to guess that Steph probably is. He's probably trying to remember / think it through right now. Okay, I was wrong. I mean, I was wrong about him being able to remember, but, you know, I have made that kind of mistake many times, and like I said, I didn't know what it was here and now. I guess they have so little money, ferrying something might have helped as well. So what are we going to pick up here? It's got to be another secret passage, right? Uh-huh. And are you going to buy a raise or an engineer? You buy the raise, okay. So one of the cards you want to play here is engineer, one of them is sunken treasure. It's just a question of what the third one's going to be. And my guess is secret passage. Okay, maybe we just don't even play a third one if we're leading on engineer. It looks like... Okay, you can play the patron, that's fine. This is going to grab another distant shore. Okay. We're going to keep picking up raises. Sure? I mean, play this wishing well. And yeah, okay. I mean, don't you want secret passages and or patrons if you're taking all these wells? If you're DZ? And that's a really fast flip to playing the old map here, which I would not have thought would have been the thing you wanted to play. I mean, I think I like DZ's deck better, although You trashed your engineer, right? I think you were the one that trashed the engineer. I would have bought that back instead of the raise. I still think like neither of them have decks which are doing much. So you set up the secret passage here with the patron is the thing you want to reveal and draw. This is the dream of this deck. And it's not honestly that much of a dream. So you're doing the passage here, which seems bad to me. I think I would have wanted to play the distant shore. So we can wish for whatever this card is, which is the voyage. You can engineer another sacrifice. Or not. We're just going to stop here. Okay. But we're not going to do the gain and play. Oh. We're going to lower the wishing wells. Okay. This allows our sunken treasure to gain an engineer, I suppose. That's got to be the gain here, right? I guess it could be an acting troupe, but goes for a raise. Okay. Wow. I still am not convinced by the way either of them played that game. I think something Moneyish looked pretty competitive against what they were doing. But okay, let's see if we can't find some more games. Is DZ looking for more? Yes. Okay, so let's probably follow them. Although we could check in on Cider 01 here. Cider 01 against Topher. But this is really fast. And okay, if they play another one and DZ isn't playing, we might jump back into that. That's a heavyweight matchup, those two players. But yeah, I don't really. I'd rather watch something from closer to the beginning because I was not going to be able to wrap my head around that probably until it was at least almost over. DZ's still looking. DZ's still looking. Could jump in on Silly Potter. This is also fast and late though. These are already gone. You want to get some kiln gold stuff for modify maybe? I don't know. Or you could just be playing with minions, I guess. I mean, you start by playing some kind of a village and then the courtyard. I guess you could play the modify first if you knew for sure you were trashing the copper. I don't know, let's jump back out. DZ still hasn't found a game. This is still that same game. This is still that same game. It might be ending soon though. It could well be ending soon. What is this? Okay. Salting a duchy, sure. Salting a province, sure. Do you want to lead on the student there? I don't think you do, because you don't really want to draw it again. I guess you could have mysticked for it, but then you had nothing to trash, and there's just like putting it on top of your deck feels so bad. I don't know. Hope for a menagerie, right? Alchemist. You knew it was student. I'm very confused. I mean, new cards are hard. Let's be real. Also, like I'd even just said, Hope for a menagerie when I should have known it was student. Um, wow. Trashing the mountebank seems so bad to me. Wouldn't you rather trash curse? Like, it didn't actually activate the menagerie because you still had 2 coppers. They're playing very fast. They're playing very fast. Let's jump back out, see if DZ has found a game. How far are we into it? Not very far. Okay, Jerry Dot, another strong player to play against. We also have student here. Peaceful Cult is trashing. Yeah, okay. So Courier makes sense. We've also got Mountebank here. Mill. Mill is not that exciting to me. So I'd expect to see an estate get trashed here. Silver, yeah, and this makes sense. So the Courier is going to be able to hit that silver now. This estate gets trashed. You're going to have enough money to buy whatever you want, which is almost surely Mountebank. And like now you probably take capitalism because you would like to play. This doesn't affect inventor, right? So you're going to have a hardish time doing that. Although you can have a village here with capitalism plus storyteller plus courier or peddler, and then gain stuff with, yeah, and then you can get your inventors and stuff going that way. It's going to be a little bit hard. I like what DZ is doing here quite a bit more than what Jerry is doing. Just because I think Amulet's a much better trasher than is. So we'll see if this is another Mountebank, which I think could make sense, or a Storyteller, which also makes some amount of sense. Okay, yeah. But I like Amulet as a trasher quite a bit better than I think I like Student. Although Student does come with this trashy ally, so I mean it can get you thin. You were supposed to do this in the opposite order, maybe? I mean, you got to play the student here, right? Playing the student to trash the estate is surely better than using the favor to do it. And now we're going to start to see some good turns here from, yeah. So you do the, I think I would have done the inventor there. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe just a treasure. I don't know. You're gonna trash. Trashing just seems so important. Okay, does not trash. Mill, which we can play if we desire. Although I'm not sure that I really wanted to. Goes for the second mountebank. That makes a lot of sense to me. Yep, and you want to trash some of these curses. Sure. Okay, so you can play the storyteller, though, in... Wait. That's very fortunate. Why did we do it in this order? I don't understand. It's probably fine. It worked out okay. But that seemed like a suboptimal order. You're supposed to... First of all, I think it's typically better. Like, you could have storyteller... You play the storyteller as part of your storyteller phase, right? This says play up to 3 treasures from your hand, and because of capitalism, storyteller itself is a treasurer. So you get to storyteller and then storyteller, and you get more actions that way. Trash. I think you can get deck control here and do inventor stuff, and that's what I want to do. I want to invent an inventor here and then buy another storyteller. I think 2 mountebanks is probably the right number, and then go hard on storytellers. Storyteller? Peddlers are fine, but not as good as some other things. Um, I mean, these are the hands. These are the hands we want right now. You play storyteller. Oh, this is. I'm sorry. It's still Jerry's turn because of how all this works. Yeah, this is gonna be a lot of curses coming at DZ. Let's see what the buy is here. So this could be a problem for DZ, and DZ probably needs more trashing than just the one amulet. I'd be inclined to play Inventor, yeah. And I think I want to invent another amulet there. Play the story. I mean, you're just losing out on actions here, doing it this way. And this is gonna, well, it isn't actually gonna come back to hurt you because you don't have any more terminals. I guess, although maybe you could have done some gain in play. You're gonna trash Curse? I assume you want to trash Curse now. Yeah. So we're even on points, but I wanted to be building bigger and not taking these mills. I wanted to take another amulet and more storytellers and stuff. Although you guess you do have to worry about piles. Does take the storyteller. But yeah, not taking full advantage of storyteller capitalism to be even more of a village. I mean, it's fine. Trash a curse. I guess this way lets you trash a copper for free, but which also lets you trash the other curse. Whoa, whoa, we top decked this? So we guess we want a peddler here, but and it gets us a lot thinner. The student cleanup is working. Maybe that would have been better. See, but this seems bad, right? This, like, I think I wanted to start this turn by playing storyteller and then playing mill with it and then playing mill with it and then seeing what my hand was. Now we go amulet. Now we might go duchy. Although Jerry doesn't really have gains to make you worry too much, right? Like, what's Jerry gonna do to you? You should turn off auto discard here. Like, this turn you still discard, but you should turn it off because you might want to trash to an amulet rather than discard once the curses are gone. There's another duchy. Okay. Play the courier. Play the peddler, I think. Could be the mountebank. So now you want to invent inventor, and then storyteller, play some action. And then don't play anymore. Play the... You didn't want to play the student here, did you? I mean, I guess you're staying thin, but I wanted to do more gain and play business. I think. I certainly don't want to leave the student on top of my deck. Yeah, Jerry. I mean, the eventual thinness of the student peaceful combo is really something here. Does play the mill. You probably want to discard. Yeah, okay. Play the storyteller. Play that. This is bad. Buys the peddler. That makes sense. So I think you lead on... Well, if you're getting a turn, even. Invent inventor. And then you can play the mill to draw it. and then you play 3 more inventors to get the inventor, inventor, and mill. I mean, this doesn't ruin it, I don't think. Play the mill. Yeah. Play this mill. Wait. Yeah, no, this works, right? You invent 2 of these and then buy the last one, and you didn't see that. I mean, this is probably also quite good enough to win. This has to be good enough to win. Okay. Trash. I don't know what we take here. Courier, sure. Duchy makes sense. We trashed there, okay. I'm not sure about. I mean, it doesn't really matter, right? You're not going to come back. You don't have the win this turn if you're Jerry. So, okay, so you bought an estate. It's probably a little safety for you. Taking more couriers, taking a province. I guess no. I mean, this is just a win on inventors, right? Just play the inventor, invent inventor, buy inventor. You missed it before. You don't miss it now, though. Okay. Not sure. Maybe I miscounted. I don't think so. Yeah, that thinning combination was strong eventually. I think maybe you could have gotten it later, though. I don't know. Student is still something for me to figure out. DZ is looking for more. Let's check in on cider. Okay, this is fairly early. Quick glance at the kingdom. Triumph is a lot of points. King's Court stuff. You get wishes. Squirrel. Outpost with the squirrel. I mean, there's a lot to do here. I might squirrel this lookout. I don't know what's in the deck. Buy another stables? Yeah. I'm a little surprised at the traders here, but I mean, cider looks to be way ahead on virtue of having this lamp popped faster. You play the lookout now. You play the lookout now because you want to trash a state. You don't want to trash a state. Okay. Also, we could have wished for something else to get us to King's Court. I guess we can still trash a state this way. You play the cave, you draw this estate, you squirrel the trader, you buy some kind of econ. Well, you don't need to buy economy because you're going to have the cave coming in next turn. So you're probably fine. You could buy whatever. I'd probably buy a grove, but you could buy an outpost even, maybe. Maybe. Pretty sure I want to squirrel the trader, though. Rather takes this and the outpost. Okay. This game seems so over. What you're just going to do is you're going to build to King's Courts, stables. I mean, the only way I could see cider losing is like on duds, but you have squirrel for that. You king enough stuff, you squirrel enough stuff, you take some groves, maybe some soothsayer, just a little bit. In your turn there you do your big triumphs, you can trade her a gold or two or something. get a whole bunch of gains, and then take like 5 triumphs, win the game. This is 7. This is a king's court, of course. King the stables. Yeah. Yeah, you can look out to trash a copper here, I believe. If you would so desire, you certainly can now. You can trader to trash another one. You can do a lot of things. I'm torn at this point between wanting to buy a second King's Court, which I really want, or a Grove. I guess you didn't have to do Grove. You could do Merchant Guild instead, but I want something that's going to give me plus buy. Yeah, double squirrel makes sense. Do we take a second King's Court? Do we take a plus buy card? We take the Grove. That seems good to me. And yeah, so Siamese 4 is finally going to get the lamp pop here, but you know, like we missed the beginning of the game, which was the most important part because it was that lamp pop. How did that happen? I mean, it's got to have been. So they both open Lookout Trader, and then Squirrel, and then Lookout, and then Lookout. Well, Lookout takes a silver, and then just draws into Cave. Lookout Trader as a Squirrel, and exactly the 6. Pretty nice. Squirrel is going to help you in a couple of ways. The Trader is a slightly odd looking opening to me, but I mean, maybe it's good with Squirrel around. I don't know. Wish for more stables, sure. Yeah. Yeah. I think I would wish for a Grove here. Although I'd probably also I'm playing the Cave. Yeah, well, you could wish for a stables and still afford. But I like the Grove because it lets me get King's Court and have plus buy, and this is a way I have some, like I've used my wishes more efficiently in some sense. I have okay, Trader is not what I expected to get trashed there, although there's maybe some merit. Whoa! Seems too early for Triumph to me. I think I like keeping the Trader around, mostly to Squirrel, but eventually you can, of course, maybe do some big things for your Triumph. This seems too early to Triumph to me. Although, to be fair and to be quite frank, I don't see how this game is not going to be won by Cider here. Okay, so River's Gift is good. You're going to play Outpost, and you're going to, well, you can set up some money here. So you discard 3 things. You can look out to trash a copper, or not, I guess. You're going to draw now. Why? But you don't want to trash that, do you? I don't know. Maybe it's fine. You're going to buy 2 King's Courts here. And just hope to not stable stud, but 5 cards, I think your chances are good enough. Also, like if you stable stud, probably some of it is King's Court, and you can still set up a whole bunch of squirrels. I think I'm playing one more stables here because I'd really like to King. Now I can play the Cave. Because the last card is King's Court here. I think you could have discarded there, actually. We didn't take 2 King's Courts there. We took a King's Court and a Grove. That seems worse to me. Anyway, we can play the other King's Court now, or the other Grove now. And then the third play can be on stables. Swamp's Gift is good. I don't know if it's actually good for you. Do we have enough draw here to take a gold? I think we did, right? I believe that's the case. Although this way you get to squirrel more, I guess. Um, yeah, I want more king's courts. I mean, you could also like just take 7 triumphs or a copper and 7 triumphs or something, which is probably not the worst, although that's not scoring you that much right now. Where's the trader when you need it? Oh, looks like that's what you're going for. I don't think this is the best play. Actually, the first one, being in a state, is not going to cost you more than like a couple points, and it's going to save you 3 debt, so that might be the way you do it. But, I mean, this seems like a way to potentially lose the game, emptying the estates here, because your deck gets a lot worse. And okay, I mean, you're still probably winning the game, right? But Siamese is not set up to do the big triumph stuff, and you could have set yourself up much better for this coming turn. I think that was a bit better, because Siamese has the potential, if you have a couple of bad turns, which is possible despite having a big hand here. If you had a couple of bad turns, a stable stud and then just a duddy hand, there are enough points left available that you could lose if you're Cider there. I mean, it's all very minor, right? Cider was way ahead a million ways, regardless, blah blah blah. But this is only 6, which is pretty bad because you really want more king's courts. And yeah, we get the resignation. Are they going to play another? They are not. Let's see who we want to find. Is Cider? Cider is in the queue. Let's see how. Topher and DZ. We have Delve. We're a ways into this game. They've both gotten some Highwaymen, which seems like a very good card on the board. And Lookout and Priest, which seem potentially less good. But Highwayman in a game which is effectively a money game, because if we look at the kingdom for a second here, there's no village. Drawing a bunch of cards, not being able to draw them dead, and negating the first treasure all seem pretty good things to me here. I think that might have been a little bit early on the province. But it's hard to tell. Like, I obviously haven't been watching that closely. Okay. Uh-huh. This feels real bad. I mean, I guess they're turning into points, but still feels pretty bad. Let's see what the 5 is. It's another Highwayman now, sure. So look out, you trash. This is excellent for DZ. Trash his copper here. Go Delve Province. I say it's excellent. Maybe that's a little bit strong. You play the Highwayman. You have 5. Do you go Duchy? You go for another Highwayman. The concern that I have is that, yeah, DZ kind of needs to win by getting more provinces than his opponent, which is a little bit tricky to be sure of, but maybe it's fine. Like, yeah, this is a bit yikes. You discard the priest? I think you would have trashed the priest probably. Anyway, Delve, Duchy, of course. And now we might be into Yeah, we're into some duchy dancing. Doesn't keep the lookout. You undo that, right? Because you want the silver. Maybe you don't want the silver. I think you want the silver. Delve, 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 duchy. Yeah, you don't want to lose to trash and thing. Ooh, this is very bad. Very bad for DZ now. You can go delve estate, but actually maybe it's okay. Maybe it's okay. If you can duchy here still, you're fine. This is really bad for Topher though. You play this lookout, yes. DZ's in the driver's seat now. You go delve province, and it's going to be real hard to get caught up on. I guess there's distant lands if you can get back around to them, and that's absolutely what Topher should go for. Yeah, this is not going to be the way back, I don't think. Uh-huh. Could also see this three pile on silvers and estates. I absolutely think Topher should be going for distant lands here, despite it being unlikely to work out. And well, anyway, this is a win for DZ, who was going to win this anyway. Let's see if they play another game here. Um, I I guess the other way out would have been right. Would have been DZ force trashing, like playing a lookout and force trashing a province on a triple province reveal. That seems real thin, though. Oh, we have a donate game. Bleh. Look at the kingdom. This is probably turn one donate to. I say 5 coppers. I didn't say 5 coppers. I would normally say 5 coppers, but 4 coppers in a pouch seems better. Turn two, pay the debt. Turn three, take a vampire. You're gonna want a couple conclaves, hunter, ghost ship, probably council room, paddock. This is a very good board for conclave. We're gonna have mirrored openings here. The hexes could do a lot here. The pouch is not the biggest thing ever, but you don't really want to be playing a lot of council rooms. So, okay, diluted. Wait, how did? Oh, you had turn one 5. You had turn one vampire plus donate. Well, that's just feels bad, man. It feels like it could absolutely be just completely game winning slash losing. I'm not sure I would take paddock before ghost ship. Not sure about that, but maybe. Gonna take a silver? No. You're gonna take a tracker and trash 2 coppers? I'm not 100% sure about that, but I guess you're gonna have enough money. Don't you play the tracker before the paddock? I don't know. Topher's gonna run out of stuff to trash here. I guess there's always, like, you're gonna have excess horses. Not always, but for a long, long time. You probably do want to top deck the conclave, right? Maybe not. I don't know. Probably not really gonna matter too much. This is 7. 7 is not exactly an amount that you're thrilled with. Didn't take that. You have another tracker. I don't know that how much I care about the boons to want this many. Well, I assume you Citadel here. No. I mean, Citadel seems real good to me. And you could have taken Ghost Ship off the Vampire. I don't know about this. Ooh. Getting the Conclave hit also hurts quite a lot. I mean, yeah, I think that's a fair resignation. Like, you're probably not really that low percentage yet, but I totally understand the feeling of, oh, this game is going so badly, I want to resign. And you're also, you're very unlikely to win. Very unlikely. So, this board is this. Okay, Topher has a 5-2 again. Not sure that the replace is that fantabulous. Probably fine at least, though. Now, there's some interesting options here for D, Z slash Z. I'd be very inclined to replace this Envoy into a Nobles. Scores the extra point off the Aqueduct. Oh, I don't want it to be a replace. It gives you the curse out. And then I was thinking I was going to buy an acting troop. I really think I would have rather had the nobles there. Takes a sheepdog. I mean, sheepdogs seem good with replaces, I guess, but I would have rather had the acting troop on top here than the sheepdog, I think? I don't know, maybe not. And these snowies, I mean, I guess they're fine. Capital City here. Stampede. You can't stampede. Well, I mean, you can buy it, but it won't do anything. Yeah, I really wanted the replacing the envoy into nobles there. Okay, stampede here makes a good amount of sense. You should be able to afford the king of the court. Probably. Hopefully. Okay, so you go snowy. Now you replace this estate into whatever. I'm not sure what the best whatever is. Another sheepdog. That makes sense because you get more. You didn't hit 7 though, sadly. This is what? Are you going estate to sheepdog? Wait, why didn't... I guess you can't get the sheepdog to react instantly. Still think I like DZ's position. Not entirely clear. Think you're supposed to deny the estate there. Maybe not. Not getting to King's Court is not where I want to be, though. Obviously, it's not like they had great choices, but they could have played their action phases slightly different and improved their chances a little, maybe. But maybe that's costing too much in the other cases. I don't know. Okay. Curse to estate, right? I mean, I guess you could go replace into King's Court, but then you're not doing anything with it this turn. I assume into estate is better than into cop. Oh, you need to have 7. I see. I see. I still think into estate was better. You could get to 7 by playing the capital city. Unless you want to replace the capital city into a King's Court so that you had the King's Court on top. I mean, that could have been good. You're kinging the envoy first. I mean, that makes a certain amount of sense. It's what the acting troop was for. Okay, so now you play this. I assume you discard for the money. And then you replace something to something, draw it. Okay, maybe this is as good as anything. Okay, a resignation. Surprising. But, I mean, like, I think DZ was ahead, but just by like about a turn? Do we want to try to see if there's other games? Let's take a quick look. Maybe one more. If there's a good one we can find quick enough. Let's check in. Well, first of all, who's in the queue? Nobody I recognize. Great. Let's... Whoa. Checking on Bitter Worm Coil. Are they close to the start of this game? They're a ways in. 707090, 707090. I don't know how you'd pronounce this. Just kidding. I think we'll call it here. I think we'll call it here for this video. Thanks for watching, everybody. Catch you again soon.